We are in Wadesboro, North Carolina at the PD Electric Membership Company, charging at a charge point, 62.5 kilowatt fast charger. We're at 94% battery already and we haven't even been here 15 minutes. We will need all that energy though to get to our next destination, which is going to be 60 miles with a approximately 500-foot elevation gain. But yeah, we're almost already full. We're still pulling 20 kilowatts at roughly 95%. So yeah, the battery is not happy right now. It's at 87 degrees. The temperature today is supposed to be 90, so it's only going to get hotter because it is only, let's see here, it's only 10:52. So it's going to get hotter. Anyhow, we shall continue on to Asheboro, North Carolina. We are in Asheboro, North Carolina at McDonald's at a charge point charger. We arrived here with just under 20%, 16 miles of estimated range. Anyhow, it says that it's going along pretty fast. We're already up to 79%, looks like. We shall continue on. We are at the Electrify America charging station in Greensboro, North Carolina, which has FSEC charging stations. So we're most likely going to run into a failure with this particular vehicle. Let the games begin. We are on number 8. Oh hell, that's gonna be hard as hell to see. Authorized. Let's see what happens. It's working. It's working. Talk about a happy surprise. We are charging. Spark is working on an FSEC charging station, charging at 50 kilowatts. This is a very unexpected but pleasant surprise. Well, I'm quite honestly shocked that worked. Pleasantly shocked. So we just finished charging in Greensboro, North Carolina at an Electrify America station, an FSEC station, and it actually worked. We're going to go double or nothing. We're headed to Hillsboro, North Carolina next, which has the same FSEC stations, and we'll give it a shot there. So let's go. We're at Sheetz in Hillsboro, North Carolina at an Electrify America charging station. And we are charging again, amazingly. So lightning has struck twice, which is awesome. Got here with nearly half the battery. I've only been charging for just 2 or 3 minutes. If I had known that it was going to work again, if I thought, I would have just taken the interstate. Which means we would have gotten here with a lower state of charge, but it would have been a lot faster to get here. We have gone 180, almost 82 miles, with an average of 5.7 miles per kilowatt hour. We will head towards the next stop in Raleigh. insulation test, or isolation test, rather. Probably can't see that. Getting 20 kilowatts. That's not cool. 20 kilowatts, 19. More specific. Not cool. Let's try something else. Not cool. Getting 22 kilowatts. Not shot it on there, but here it is. 20, you can see it. Let's try the other one. Very strange. Well, anyhow, I guess I should take this opportunity to show the site. We are at a noisy but nice charging station, Electrify America, in northwestern Raleigh, North Carolina. These are BTC chargers, and strangely they've given me the most problem so far. There's 6 of them, which is nice. They've given me more of an issue than the FSEC chargers have today, but we finally have one that's giving out. Oh, not that one, this one. Ooh, leaving. This one is giving us 53 kilowatts, it said presently. I had 2 that would, one that wouldn't start, a second one that was only giving just under 20 kilowatts, and then this one was only giving 20 kilowatts. So yeah, naturally the only one that was working is the Chatamo one, so I have to be a turd and borrow the Chatamo for a minute, although we're actually almost already at 80%, so still pulling 45 kilowatts. The next one isn't far away, so I may just go ahead and get started there. Yeah, as far as where we're at, we are 200 and almost 10 miles into the trip. Are at Target in Cary, North Carolina, and we're at some BTC power stations. Spark is doing well. We're headed home. Just have a bit of a journey ahead of us. are at the Jordan Dam Mini Mart, also an Exxon gas station in Moncure, North Carolina, at a charge point, fast charger. And we're just about wrapped up, but we're going to have the most, well, probably the most difficult leg coming up here, because we're going to have to level 2 charge. There's really no way around it. Otherwise I'd have to go 86 miles on a charge, and that would just be pushing it too close. So we're going to stop in Southern Pines, North Carolina, maybe level 2 charge and have some dinner perhaps. And then we'll be back after that. We'll head to Greensboro, North Carolina. Then it'll just be 50 miles from home. So let's finish up here and get on our way. We are at the Southern Pines Public Library, and we are slow charging. We only have approximately 40 miles of range right now, and we have 49 miles to our destination, so I'd like to have at least 60 estimated, just to give myself a little bit of a buffer. Well, I was getting ready to leave the charger here in Southern Pines, North Carolina, and then something popped up. Something much more interesting than that boring Spark. A nice Tesla Model Y. Defect free from what he can tell, which was really interesting to know. Has some really interesting coloring on the weather stripping right along there, almost like an oil. Yeah, it's obviously beautiful, but thought some people might be interested in seeing that, perhaps. That be it. We are taking off. So I don't believe we've talked about these much. A bunch of these have popped up in both North and South Carolina. I don't know if they're part of the Duke Energy coal ash settlement thingamabobber, but it's great that they're putting them out, because a lot of, like this one, the one in Asheboro, and I'm sure in a couple other places, they've been installed essentially in towns where there were previously green lots fast chargers that no longer work. And if you don't know about that, perhaps you can check out the video that I made, sort of talking about all this madness surrounding that, the contradictory statements between the different parties and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. Alright, I'm going to go back in the car now. Bye. Back. And so it is 11:18. So we were gone for almost 14 hours. Trip, total distance, 300 and almost 81 miles, 5.5 miles per kilowatt hour. Pretty good last leg. And we used a total of nearly 70 kilowatts to do that, nearly 400 miles. So, good night.